Hey guys, welcome back to another League Racing video, and we are back with EOR round 4 Canada this time. In Q1 here, about to start my first flyer, which actually is my second flyer in a way, because on my first run I aborted because I invalidated in Sector 1. I just had to send it a little bit, but yeah, Canada, it's a track that many people don't like, but I actually really enjoy this track. Not too sure why, but I've always done really well. This track suits my driving style, I guess, and yeah, it showed in the pace for the practice, I think, which seemed very strong. And it's a bit of a particular qualifying because there will be no restart after the qualifying session for the race, which means we had to go harder tires or harder compound in case there was a safety car to have 2 hard tires for the race, and which means we have 1 less soft tire for qualifying. And that means we only have 3 sets of tires for Q1 and Q2. So passing Q1 with 1 set of tires was absolutely crucial, so that we could have 2 sets for Q2 and 2 sets for Q3. So yeah, this lap is super important. Let's try to not invalidate your last corner, which I take very well. It doesn't seem cautious, but I can guarantee you the speed was pretty cautious, and we do a 0.12. which is a very good lap for Q1 and puts me P1 by quite a margin.
Someone put, Nico, someone in the main chat said that you're doing double out lap.
No, I didn't.
It's gonna be hard, man, for you to let.
So people thought I was doing a double out lap, but no, it was just I invalidated my first run and I wanted to go again. As we're now on my first lap on a used set of tires. And we go again P1 with a 0.18 on a used set, which is pretty good. And but yeah, I think that lap might be through. But since I have 1 fresh set of tires, I might as well use it and just do a little bit of a better lap, as we're gonna stay on board here. Already 80 up after turn 1. We get a good cut on the downhill. We are about a 10th or so up on our first sector with a 0-1, which is very good sector 1. Get a good cut here onto the second sector, but the exit was really not good. And we actually lost time compared to my used set of tires. Cutting the inside here as much as you can. Don't lose the car on the exit, which is very easy to do. And we're only just a 10th or so up on my lap, which, yeah, not the greatest sector 2. As we see, we lost quite a bit of time to Ben Sabokonyu, who's in P1 at the moment. We're looking to just send it into this last corner. We're 180 up, so we're looking to do like a high mid 9, like a mid high 9, yeah, like a 9.6, 9.7, if we just do a good last corner. But I took it so safe, no speed, no cut, and I barely improved.
Last sector. Oh my god.
Yeah, we still believe that was through, so we retired the car, and that was the case. Istvan, my teammate for tonight's race, just about through in P10.
If I send it and I get good cuts, I'm doing like a 9 at least, let's say.
So yeah, I was just talking about the last corner there, which wasn't very ideal. But here we go. Q3. Oh, by the way, actually, I should mention that Piotr Stachulek got a 5-place penalty on the grid. Because he crashed into Istvan in one of the outlaps in qualifying. So, yeah, Piotr will be starting 5 positions behind what he should. And yeah, that's easy positions for us. As we're now on my first lap of new tires, Istvan goes P1 with a 0.998, which is not the greatest lap, but onto my lap now. Purple in sector 1 with a 0.9, very good sector 1. We get it. Not a very good cut in the middle sector here. Very cautious and slow. And yeah, we are still purple in the middle, which I don't believe is the case. I'm sure someone else went faster than that, so the game is a bit glitched there. But come on, we're going to absolutely send it in this last corner, as I knew I would have to, because if I didn't send last corner, I wouldn't be P1, or I wouldn't be fighting for P1. Just after the 100 meter board, 5th gear. And we do get an okay line. I hesitated a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, 0.881. I thought that was going to be pole position. I thought I was going to do like a low 8. But no, it wasn't quite that good of a last corner. But we're still P1 with Istvan in P2. And here we are for my last lap in Q3. let's see what we can do. We get a good cut into turn 1, go around the curb in turn 2. I like to stay third gear. Many people go second for the power on the exit, but I just felt very comfortable with third. Yeah, get a good cut down the hill here with fifth gear, and we are a little bit up on my first sector from before. 9.5 first, very competitive. We got a decent cut here for the second sector and a good exit, and look at this, we are 80 up on our lap. Here's all the lap time though on this chicane, this right left. I took it very cautious earlier, much better now. Look at the delta skyrocketing up to 180, 190, almost 2/10 up. 4-8 split, which is a crazy split, but look at the hairpin, we just lose 60-ish, 50, 60-ish on the hairpin. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the hairpin because the lap was an absolute banger until then. I'm not too sure why I lost so much time. I think just the minimum speed wasn't the best, and we're going to absolutely send it this last corner. Much better than before, doesn't hit the wall.
There you go.
And we are going to improve massively with a 0.69. What a lap that was very good.
Absolutely peak.
That's PB.
But the hairpin.
Absolutely peak.
Nico, everyone behind should be on a lap.
So you just break the tiny bit early.
I have no clue.
So here we are, myself in P1, Lenny in P2,
Yeah, the
Piotr
lap must
P3 with a 5-place
We need to
penalty,
post
remember,
this,
and Istvan in
together.
P4, so he will be starting in P3.
Well, it doesn't give
Benz,
points. Not-
Dylan actually down in P5,
Yeah,
and
we
then
need to-
Joe, Oleg, Tony, and Enzo. And yeah, there is no break
I actually
between
kinda
quali and
enjoyed the
race, so
break
we're
between
straight
quali and
into the
race.
race.
Got used to it, but
Here we go. We're gonna be starting on the mediums, as I think most of the pack is. To be honest, I don't see why you would start on the hards. And we need to focus on getting a good start, keeping the tires alive, because here the tires actually degrade a lot on the rear, but not much on the front at all. So the balance swifts to a very oversteery car as the stint goes on. So it's very tricky to manage these sorts of tracks. But we're gonna do our best. Hopefully our setup is okay. We didn't do too much race practice, but we thought overtaking was pretty hard and the tire wear was pretty bad, and like the pace drop off was really bad, so we went for a more optimum pace setup rather than a crazy lower wing setup. And this is what I'm going to be doing now, is basically analyzing my top speed compared to Lenny's right behind me, which already from the first lap doesn't seem like he has very good cornering speed, which is not a good sign for me. Look at the delta on the top left. Look how much time he's gaining just with slipstream. This isn't even with DRS. So that was an early sign telling me, okay,
I was way too cautious.
I might have to push the corners more if I don't want Lenny to overtake me, because he's going to be crazy fast on the straights. But yeah, we're just going to save our tires because we will be doing a one-stop tonight. We expected the two-stop to be also decent, but at the same time, no one went for a two-stop, which was a bit surprising. I thought we thought some people would go for the two-stop, or actually at least half the grid would go for the two-stop, but just no one really did, I believe, from what I remember. Not at the front, at least.
I think Lenny has no wing in the car.
Yeah, as here, I'm already realizing by lap 2 that Lenny just has no wing in the car, and we're going to be struggling to keep him behind, at least in the first stint.
Piotr is in P20. That's good.
Piotr actually fell all the way back to last place after the penalty in the qualifying.
Must have had an incident with Oleg or someone.
Yeah, so he had an incident in
Marvel,
lap
everyone
1
is on
and is
medium.
now
Yep.
P20, so yeah, he's out of the race, that's for sure. As we are very, very cautious in this last sector because we just don't want to get a warning. It's super easy to get a warning and get penalties here, and I just don't want to have 2 warnings on top of my head with 30 laps to go. So yeah, we're gonna skip to lap 8 here, and
Yeah, good job.
I'm already
P7 is
thinking
used all of his
about
battery to try and get in, go in, and then got gapped again because I had no battery.
staying
And now
P1.
it's just done.
As Harlem tells us that there's a gap in the train as we look at the minimap. We've
Be
actually
interesting
managed to
to
gap the kick, I believe. That
I
is.
don't know what happened to Ben, but he's dropping now as well.
So as we have our first pitter on lap 8,
First
which is
car box,
extremely early,
Pascu
according to
Yeah.
our calculations, which
I
maybe
think we
weren't
talked
the
about
most
Yeah, not yet.
accurate. but we did our
He's
best.
alone, he's a present of the others.
But we were looking to go much longer than that and have good
People
tires
around
because
him
the
will
race
react
the
next,
race pace difference was
this
actually pretty important, and overtaking maybe seemed
They
possible
are
I think
boxing
Ben
to get
pushed too much.
back in the train.
in corners like the hairpin.
Reminder
But
on the
we shall
with
see
the
now at the end of lap
So what
9. I
happened?
do know that Lenny wants to pass me, but I'm trying to defend it as much as I can because I know he wants to lead the train and have
Okay,
Dylan
start
pit,
pushing.
which is
Yeah,
what
some of
he
Yeah,
does.
some-
Dylan does pit, and
Dylan
if
does.
Lenny
Benz
passed
is
me
almost
there,
up.
Dylan box.
Benz
we
is
have to
almost
react.
he would have probably slowed us down, and Dylan would have had
I
a
think-
clear lead in front.
One car needs to
I
box
think
now.
that's correct. I think that's the world.
Yeah, so thankfully we kept the
They work
position.
together, and
But-
we can't get past.
Looking back at this
Yeah, I
now,
think we have to box.
I would absolutely change my mind
No.
on how we should have
Oh,
played
wait,
this,
you
me and
want to-
Istvan. Because at this point, the second Williams,
One
so
needs to
Istvan, is just
No, let's
I've-
go longer.
a bit messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um,
no. Trust the delta. Trust the delta.
We're saying to go longer, but if we go longer, we're both going to lose track position. And if the Ferraris are together on track with those low wings, it's
I'm
going to
not
be
sure
super
about
hard to
that.
overtake.
He will pass me. He's too fast on the straight.
As yeah, I don't believe I can
I
keep
think he's
Lenny
pushing
behind.
and he's boxing now. Because Dylan boxed last lap.
I should have probably tried, I don't know, drove better to keep Lenny behind here and actually pit in front of him, which would put me
he's going.
in between
Yeah,
the
he's
two
definitely-
Ferraris coming out of the pits. But I don't know, we decided to commit to
I
the
would
long
like that
first
was
stint
forward.
and have good tires for the end of
That's
the
Good
race.
luck
that's what
leaders
it
now,
takes
guys.
with this.
You need to
Literally
remember
everyone box.
it's not gonna be easy to overtake them now. They will play the RS games.
Yeah, that's it. We go longer.
They have low wings.
Lap because. No, because then we'll start losing positions to
Yeah,
other
go
train.
go plus 3. One car.
You can, if you want.
Yeah.
I think it's
So yeah,
logical for
we
you.
are now onto lap 14, so 5 laps later than them. And I
Maybe
think
you
we're
can
going to be
overtake me,
pitting
yeah.
this lap because we don't want to
Actually,
pit and
yeah,
come
maybe
out
the inside,
Yeah,
maybe.
for the pit.
behind the
for
train.
pits, yeah.
If you look at the minimap, we don't want to come up behind that big train of cars. That would just lose us, waste too much time. We get a really good pit entry there, actually.
Remember, you can
It
cut
should
the
be-
exit.
Good one.
Yeah, it should be close with the Red Bull.
The was close.
Just make sure that it's safe on the exit. You can
Yeah,
cut,
don't-
but just don't
Yeah, okay.
kill anyone.
We can now cut the pit lane exit line as an F1 Esports. And we're going to come out quite a bit behind them, but crucially in front of this big train, thankfully. Yeah, we would have get held up a lot behind them. And Krizix in front of us hasn't pitted yet, so he's a very
Yes.
easy overtake. As Istvan now pits the lap straight after me.
Be careful in the pit exit, it's gonna be close.
Okay.
As Krizix kind of lets us by, he doesn't really have to fight this, which makes sense. And we're now about 1.9 seconds behind Benz and the leading pack, which is now actually being slowed down by Piotr, who, in fact, the next lap is going to slow us down. And very controversial, in my opinion, here that he didn't get a penalty for this because the way he was driving was unsafe, not going on throttle on the exit, and then me going for the inside and putting me onto the grass. He didn't get a penalty, no. They said he would get...
This guy, man.
They said he got wheel spin from all the tires, which doesn't matter if you purposely or not take somebody out. It's still a penalty, you know. If
No
you
No worry.
unpurposely dive bomb someone, lock up the fronts, and touch them or overtake them, that's a penalty even if it's not on purpose. So I don't really understand that point. But anyway, moving on to lap 23 now. We've caught up to the train and we have much fresher tires, so hopefully we can get past Benz relatively quickly. Maybe diving down the inside of the hairpin here looks like a really good opportunity, especially for me and Istvan, who seem to be on a bit higher wing, so we can follow a bit closer than they can. It's just on this back straight we're not that fast, and I'm basically using my ERS now to make Benz use. As long as he's on low ERS, that's what I want. But here he brakes super early.
How early you wanna break? I need to let him go. How early you trying to break? Oh, that
So
works,
yeah,
I guess.
we have front wing damage. I believe it was 41%
Crazy.
of front wing damage. Again,
Blood break at 150 meters.
you can say that it's the car behind's responsibility to not hit the car ahead, and that is true. And in the moment, I wasn't sure if I actually braked late or what was going on, if I made a mistake.
How shit is the car, you think?
But I was very confident in myself that I predicted
shit is the
that,
car,
and
you
I
think?
lifted
Yours.
That's okay, I'll stay with
before the
you.
corner at 100, like at 150 meter board. I was already fully off the
41%
gas,
damage.
and I even braked 10 to 20 meters earlier than we would brake at normally, and I still ran into the back of Benz, who actually just he did brake extremely early. And whatever you might say, I mean, you can't give a pen. He played, I guess, the rule book. Yeah, you can brake early and brake check someone and get away with it because the reasoning was his tires were older, which okay, but Dylan's tires were even older than his, and I didn't gain any lap time to Dylan onto the braking zone. So which means Dylan braked exactly where I braked, and being on older tires, and he made it perfectly fine. So I don't know, it was weird stewards, or like it was a bit weird discussion in the stewards that we had. I guess I see both sides, but anyway, I cannot do anything now. I have front wing damage, and I can only just stay in the train now. Istvan unfortunately couldn't manage to pass the Ferraris, who had a crazy low wings, and just they were working together very well to just
Wow, I'm
hold
surprised
positions.
didn't go for the win.
So yeah, that is Istvan in
GG.
P3,
Nothing
Benz
to
in
do.
P4, myself in P5, with Lenny and Dylan
I'll have a look
finishing
down
a
again
1-2.
because I don't
Not the
know if I
best
braked late, but I
execution.
didn't feel like
Potential for the win or podium was absolutely there.
remember
We just
last
had to
time
get
I ran
past
into the
Benz.
back of someone.
But yeah, you guys can let me know your opinions in the comments down below.
I will
Yeah.
have a look.
That is it for tonight's race, round 4 of EOR. We
How's it
actually
14
gained
seconds to the
points
next
on the
car?
championship
Like,
leader,
what
which was
happened behind?
Alpine. So we are closer to the championship
They were
lead
in
than
the
we
train,
were. We're just a
and
little bit further
not in the
behind
train
to
anymore.
Ferrari now than we were previously.
Yeah, we just slow.
That's
But
what
yeah,
I'm saying. I think
thank you guys
like,
for watching
even
tonight's race.
if we
I'll see you guys in round
take the
5
L,
on
take the
Tuesday
lose track position,
on my
I
stream. If you want to
swear
check it
they
out live,
must
come
be
make sure to
so
go check it
slow
out.
to be 14
And I'll see you
seconds
guys in the
behind.
next one.
They
And
must be
goodbye.
so far
But-
off the pace.
Even if you go 10 extra laps,